Hey, so I am definitely not a law of attraction, law of assumption guru, anything like that. But I was just driving around listening to one of the videos that I listened to. Many different law of attraction YouTubers are on my subscriptions. And sometimes when I'm driving or going to do something, I just take the time to listen to it and keep reinforcing my mind with those kind of things so that I don't allow myself to get distracted. So I was just listening to one of the videos and it just, something inside just said to stop and record this quick video with some things that, oh, look at the squirrel. With some things, yeah, he's looking at me too, sorry. With some things that I realized that I thought maybe somebody might find useful. And, the video was talking about waiting for things to happen and the 3D reality. And something that I thought I would share that I find very useful is that there is expectancy and then there's anxiety. We hear like a lot of this talk about your reality doesn't matter, ignore your 3D, so on and so forth. You give yourself whatever it is you desire within, and that is all you need. Don't look to the 3D for confirmation. And for me, that was always a little bit difficult because I'm like, the whole point of doing this is to experience something in the 3D. So if I am not looking to the 3D, if the 3D matters not at all, then what is the point of everything? And then I kind of realized that what it is the difference, as I was saying, between expectancy and anxiety. You're not looking to the 3D for confirmation, which indicates that you have this anxiety about whether what you did was effective or not, whether, God heard you or you did the technique or the method or whatever it is properly. Confirmation indicates that you need that thing to indicate you have what you said you've had or you have what you desire. Expectancy is something different. Expectancy means that you feel that you've done whatever you need to do within yourself, or you've done the ritual, or you are who you say you are, whatever it is. Expectancy says, this is finished. Now reality must conform. I don't need confirmation of the reality to tell me that what was done within was done within. It is the fact that from what was done within, I am now assured that it is done, and I look with expectancy and joy and happiness towards the 3D to follow the command that I had given within myself. And I hope that's helpful in clarifying it. So it's anxiety versus expectancy. If you're looking out at the world with anxiety and trepidation, wondering if you did it right, that is an indication that you are looking for confirmation from outside of you. If you are looking with expectancy and happiness and joy, that means you're expecting conformation. Don't know whether or not that's a word, but it just sounds good. And you're expecting reality to conform and reflect what's already been done inside yourself. When I stopped, I just looked at something else, like something else had come to my mind, so I just wrote it down. And it's about faith. A lot of people struggle with the idea that you have to have this unshakable, unwavering faith and believe that whatever practice you're doing is going to show up. And if you think about faith differently, I think it might be helpful and put like a little bit less pressure on you. If you think of faith as being, as Neville Goddard said, loyalty to the unseen reality, whereas faith is not your belief, faith is more your loyalty. Faith is you persisting, right? So if you say to yourself, in spite of whatever doubts I have, I know that this is done. It's okay to have doubts, but my doubts don't have any power to create in my life because I said I have done this and this is what I have done. I will remain loyal to that vision. So it's not giving the thoughts of doubt or fear or anything else power to create in your life. Even if they pop up, you can say to yourself, I know what you're trying to do. I know you're trying to make me reinforce the 3D reality that is reflecting my past or different circumstances. But I will remain loyal to the vision that I have. And also the way that you look at the 3D reality, it can either be that you look at the 3D reality as evidence of past thoughts, past beliefs, past action, if you want to operate in that kind of linear way of thinking and being, or you can assign meaning to the reality to say, oh my goodness, look at this. This is just proof that so on and so forth is unfolding. So you can say this is proof that what it is that you want is unfolding. So you can assign the meaning however you want to the 3D. You can assign that it is, as I said, reminiscent, energetic, like an energetic remnant of your past that is still playing out as the new reality that you've affirmed is unfolding. Or you could look at the 3D and saying this circumstance here, whatever it is, oh my goodness, the bridge of incidents is unfolding to get me what I want. Look at that with excitement and assign the meaning that you want to assign to it. And I also think it's important to remember that it is not just the things outside of your physical flesh and blood body that you should look at as 3D or circumstances or whatever. You have to also look at this skin, this body that you're in, also as something in the 3D. It is not you. And I think that that is what makes things so difficult sometimes for people to detach themselves. When you're thinking of a version of you that is like, say, slimmer, or that is in a has a certain confidence or has a certain style aesthetic, you're still attached to this body, this vessel that you're in, as being you, when what it really is not that it is you. It is also a sense reality. And it means only what you say it means. So, again, Neville Goddard talks about denying the evidence of your senses. Well, your body is evidence of your senses. It's what you see, smell, taste, touch. And so if you can in your mind realize that the body that you are wearing is no more who you are than the house you live in, then it makes it easier to detach from the idea that it must change in order for you to have what you want, that you have to see that change. And you can, again, think of yourself as shifting from one reality, which includes this physical body, to the other reality that you have selected, so that even your body must conform to that which you have stated. And let me see, what else did I say? Oh, and another thing that I found very helpful for myself was that it made it difficult for me to think that I had any kind of authority over reality, because I was thinking of the 3D world of having some kind of solid form that was separate and apart from my thoughts. But there were two things that helped me with that. One was realizing that everything is made from the same substance. Everything is consciousness, and everything is frequency. So literally, the world without is also frequency. Your senses are just picking up those frequencies and interpreting them into something that you consider a 3D reality. So it is no more real, no more solid, no more vital or valid than the thoughts that you have in your mind. And it is your continued thoughts and focus on the form and the sort of like the reality of your 3D reality that is keeping it affixed. So once I took away the power of the 3D from having some kind of substance that is beyond my own thoughts, it made it easier to not look at the persistent reality that I'm seeing around me as something that is immovable and will require a lot of effort to change, right? So in saying that, I'm just saying that what you see outside of yourself is no different than what is within yourself, no different than the thoughts that you think. And also I mentioned, detaching from thinking that your body is who you are. You also can detach from thinking that your feelings are who you are, your emotions are who you are. They're also evidence of the senses. They're also part of the 3D. And you can, and especially for people who deal with anxiety or deal with depression, you can speak with authority and say that this is what I have decided and declared, and this is what